Robin. Slow rockin' Robin, 'cause we really gonna rock 'em tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree. The wise old owl, the big black crow, flap of their wings, sing and go, bird.
Welcome to Life is Good. I'm Heather McEwen, your ever-loving hostess, and the show's going to be zigzagging because we have a tremendous amount of talent in one house, and it's all coming to visit me at Dunrovin, and you're going to see something amazing starting in the Northeast Kingdom created by some of these young people. There are going to be 4 people here in all. One of them is stuck in a ditch right now. So the other actor, screenwriter, playwright, went out to save her. That's rather dramatic.
Yes.
So Zoe Arnell and Miss Holly, what's your last name?
Lillis.
Holly Lillis. What were your parents thinking with all those L's?
I think they wanted me to give people speech impediments.
Really? I think you've already done that to me, but that goes without saying. Anyway, Zoe, I know you from singing, but I've seen you on stage. Have I seen you on stage?
Maybe.
I go to all the plays, but I usually stand in the back, so I don't usually see facial things. What have you been in?
If I've been in Into the Woods, I played Cinderella. I was in Mamma Mia, I played Sophie. Addams Family, I played Wednesday. Recently we just did The Prom, I played Emma. I had a wig.
So fantastic little actress and a great actor here. You're not allowed calling yourselves actresses anymore, it's actors.
Actors.
Yes. Well, that's good. I'm a television hostess because I don't have any talent. But it's really good to have you here. So why don't you just tell me a little bit about what you're starting, because it's very exciting.
Well, we are starting our own community theater called the Memphremagog Community Theater. We're based in Vermont and Canada. Yeah.
Northern Vermont and the Eastern Townships. We're nonprofit, and we're really, really looking forward to being really community-based. It's really what we're excited for. We think it's really important, especially now in our current climate, to kind of bring our communities together, and what better way than through the arts?
Well, you know I feel that.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you contacted Lynn Rubley? She's with CANUSA. United States of America Arts, and she's living right here in town, right?
Oh.
Right on the bike path.
Cool.
And she'll be happy to speak with you because you're fulfilling her dream.
Amazing.
And what got you started?
Well, we really love theater, and we feel like we wanted to bring just more theater to our community. We really are excited to kind of have a company that is all about collaboration. You know, we really want to foster something where the environment is just everybody is working together. You know, there's a lot of hands in the pot because we have such talented community, and when talented people come together that are passionate, you just make really, really beautiful things. And art is just really important. So the more art, the better, and the more collaboration, the better.
It's not only beautiful, I do believe it can save the world. I believe. Hi!
We're gonna be heroes.
Oh, hello! And guess what, everybody? We're gonna take a little break because somebody who just got out of the ditch and her rescuer have just arrived. Be right back. Well, look, my table has suddenly got more people. Isn't that exciting? You were in the ditch.
I still am, technically.
Really?
I'm a ghost.
I'm so glad to meet you. And look, there's something there. She's a girl of substance. Anyway, introduce yourself to our wonderful audience.
I am Megan Corbett, I don't remember
Steward of Operations.
Thank you, the Steward of Operations and Compliance for Memphremagog Community Theater. I also work as a mental health counselor at Northeast Kingdom Human Services.
Are you in a choir?
I am in a choir.
Which one?
The North Song Choir.
Well, isn't that lovely? And sometimes she sits in front of me so I can lip sync. It's so true. It's like, so true, but you don't mind it. I sound so good when you're singing for me. It's such talent. And introduce yourself again, Holly.
Okay, well, I'm Holly Willis. I am the Steward of Culture and Public Relations for Memphremagog Community Theater, and my day job is I'm a history teacher for grades 6 through 8 at Albany Community School.
Fantastic. What era are you dealing with?
What era?
Yeah, of history.
Oh, well, I teach 4 grades. 3 grades now. So it depends. Like our 8th graders right now, we're on our U.S. government and civics. Yep. it's
Talk about
covered.
rewriting history these days. I hope you're giving it the way it was when we voted about 10 years ago.
We're doing our best.
Atta girl.
7th grade, we're doing, we just finished up learning about Africa. Like we did the slave trade and colonization and apartheid in South Africa, and now we're moving into India. And 6th grade, we're in ancient Egypt. So it's a wide range.
I think that's fabulous.
Yeah, it's really
and
fun.
I'm really thrilled that someone's still teaching history the way it should be taught.
We got a good, in our district, I think a lot of the teachers are doing a great job.
That's good. Revisionist history doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of that in the upcoming months. But we have to see the truth.
Yeah.
Atta girl. Zoe Ornell.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I'm Zoe Arnell. I am the facilitator of the board for Memphremagog Community Theater. And my day job is that I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids.
And they're beautiful.
Yes, they're wonderful.
Yeah, but boy, can you sing.
Thank you.
And you can all act, which is pretty darn good. I don't know about you though, Ross. I know you as a playwright, and I've seen you on stage a few times. So let us know who you are.
I'm Ross Murray. I'm a steward, right? Of something, but I can't remember what it is.
Memphremagog.
Yes, I'm a steward of Memphremagog Community Theater.
There you go.
But I can't remember what kind of specific steward I am. I'm the Canadian voice of reason. That's what I am.
Are you really?
Yes, yeah.
Well, we need a Canadian voice of reason.
Yeah. If we have to apologize for anything, they come to me and I can say, I'm sorry.
I know. You know, if apologizing was an Olympic sport, you and I would gold medal.
There we go.
And I think that's a very nice thing. I'm sorry for saying that, but
You see what you did.
oh, yeah. Anyway, this is so exciting for me because I am a lover of theater, and I love being in the audiences. And where will you have this theater?
So we'll probably do a lot of shows at the Haskell Opera House, but we're also hoping to kind of expand and do shows like all over northern Vermont and the eastern townships. I think it was one of our goals.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And have you spoken with anybody in the eastern townships yet about where?
No, but call us. Email us.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, folks, if you're watching this anywhere and you'd like these young people to come, sorry, I just put my hand in her cup. Your cup does run it over. Anyway, this is a great group, and I've seen them perform. I've heard them sing, not in their own specific new theater group, but my God, you're in for something exciting. Do you have any plays picked out?
We're working on getting our season going, and we have some ideas, and but we're trying to finalize that. But we do have one. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We have one play that the Haskell Free Library and Opera House is producing.
Okay.
And we're offering support. So it's their fundraiser, and Memphremagog Community Theater will be
Working behind the scenes.
behind the scenes working to make it successful, and it's an original play by me.
Which one is it?
It's called 2/10.
Of?
Just 2/10, that's the title.
Or a fifth if you're thirsty. But is it about anything we can talk about now?
Sure. It's about 2 couples camping together at a campground. 2 tents beside each other. That's what it's
2
called.
tents.
2 tents.
Oh, I thought it was 2 tenths.
Oh,
Oh, I got the
sorry. Sorry. That's my
That was
my
fulfilling.
mistake.
So no, it's 2 tenths.
2 tents.
Oh, so it's a camping thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it turns out the man in the campground next to this couple is her ex-boyfriend from many, many years ago.
Oh.
So, yeah. And then shenanigans.
Oh,
Yeah.
that could be fun.
Yeah.
It's all right. One sleeping bag for 4 people.
Well, it's a G-rated, so.
Of course, they're
yeah,
G-rated.
Yeah.
And I think family theater is the way to go. As far as saving the world of theater, I had a theater. I housed theater people for season after season, summer stock. They had nowhere to live, so of course you can live in my house. And one of the gentlemen, his name was Andreas, and he was in the Covered Bridges Theater group over in Montgomery. And he is very sophisticated. He's going to Stanford. So sure, come to Montgomery and act for the summer. That'll do your career a tremendous amount of good, but it did because he learned what real people do. But After he left us, he was heading to South Africa against apartheid, doing theater against apartheid.
Wow.
And that's when I started to think of the strength of theater in improving the world and bringing people together who haven't thought that way before or didn't see reality, because theater is a lot of reality. And it's entertaining, it's beautiful, it's exciting, but if you read between the lines, quite often you can come away a broader person, even in comedies, especially in comedy.
Of course.
So I'm excited. I will watch that with great delight.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons why we're keeping the Canadian, everyone else on the board here is American except me, but I think we universally decided that it was important to keep that cross-border connection.
Oh, definitely.
Through company and through being at the Haskell, and just generally, I think we making a statement by saying we're all one community. We have an opportunity with a place like the Opera House where borders no longer exist, and I think that is something that theater speaks to. It brings people together, like you say, and no matter
In a beautiful way.
In a beautiful way, yeah.
And there's so much talent on both sides of the border. And even though you're outnumbering Ross right now, it's wonderful to see. These times are very difficult. And entertainment through World War II, World War I, Vietnam, not so much. Korea, not so much. These wars didn't really inspire a lot of theater. But what's happening now in this country is one person against one person on the same street. But we can't have that. So whatever you do, you'll bring people together. And I'm very proud of you. So that's me talking. Now, how about you? What got you thinking about starting a new thing, brought you all together? Because you're from Albany, you're from Mars. Actually, where did you come in from?
Newport Center.
Newport Center.
Yeah.
That's where I live as well.
You live there now? I
Yeah.
thought you lived in Albany.
I just work in Albany.
Oh my gosh, what a commute. But I'm glad you live there.
Yeah.
I love Newport Center. Tell you why after. And Zoe,
Yes.
you're in Derby?
Right up on Darling Hill.
Okay. And you're in Stansted.
Yeah.
So how did you get together? How did you meet?
Theater?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Dance class?
theater. Yeah, dance class a long time
A
ago.
long time ago.
Oh, you've known each other for a
School.
while?
School, yeah.
Yeah.
How many people here graduated from North Country?
Just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where did you go?
I was homeschooled.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. I wouldn't do it right. When my kids were young, they didn't want that from me.
Yeah.
But I would love to have done it. So I loved snow days, keeping them home. They didn't learn anything, but we had a really good time. It's probably why it's really great they went to school. How about you, Ross? What's your academic background? Because you're at Stansted College.
Yeah, I high school, university degree, English degree, and then just school life. I don't know.
But Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, ended up in Montreal, and then to the townships to work at a now defunct newspaper called the Stansted Journal.
I knew it very well.
Yeah.
And I'm really sad that it's
A
gone.
good little paper.
Yeah. Sherbrooke Record there? Sherbrooke Daily Record?
Sherbrooke's record's still around, and I do write for them occasionally as
That's
well.
my grandmother wrote for them too. Oh yeah. And when she passed away, they did a big spread on my grandmother, which was pretty cool because she was called Canada's Lady of Letters because she wrote 50 letters a day all over the world, at least.
Who's
Yeah,
this?
My grandma built them. So it's ancient history.
I've never heard of
Yeah. No,
It could be a
she
play.
died before you were born.
Yeah.
I've put her in a play, one of the plays I wrote.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did, but she was already gone when I did that, so there was no need for forgiveness. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's enough about that. How many plays a year do you plan to do?
That's a great question.
I think right now we're kind of open to seeing what opportunities we have. And not only plays, we'll definitely be doing some musicals as well. Can't be leaving those out. But I think we'd also like to be able to open up our offerings to having one acts or having local writers featuring other people from around this area who might have plays who haven't been able to showcase their art yet.
Okay. And where are you going to find all the talent?
They're everywhere.
There's lots
They
of
are.
talent.
I know. You're just going to put feelers out and just say, come and audition? Now, what I've noticed at the Haskell, every time I go, we have the same actors all the time. And they can't be the only talented people around here.
Right.
Absolutely not.
I mean, it's fabulous to see them up there, but you know who they are. And not boring at all, but you know who's going to be in the plays. And I've often wondered, is it because nobody else applies?
That's a good question. I think there is a lot of talent out there, but sometimes it can feel, especially if you have a young family or if you have a career, it's community theater and it's not a paid job, so you have to take time to commit to whatever a 6 to 10 week process, and it's a lot for some people. But I think some people might have the impression that it's a lot more work than it actually is, and so if people are thinking about theater, there is opportunities, whether it's backstage or a smaller role, but to get involved. And it's a great experience, whether you're starting out or if you did it in high school, like I did it in high school, and then I did acting for 25 years for that very reason. I think I didn't have time. But there's always, it's a great experience just to sort of leave everything behind for a couple hours in an evening and just bond with people over that 10-week period or whatever it is. And so it is a commitment, but it's beneficial. So if anyone is interested in theater, this is...
It doesn't have to be a
time.
huge commitment. It doesn't have to take the biggest bite out of the cake. You can have a little bit. You can help do the stage. You can take a little tiny part. And with that in mind, how many people do you think you'll have in the biggest play you'll ever do?
As many as will show up.
And does
Tens
it
of
matter?
thousands.
Does it matter if you have to pay royalties to the play, which plays you can do? Right now you're looking for funding. Remember that, folks. Kelby, my wonderful post-production person, will put all the information right here. Write it down, or just keep watching this show over and over again until you know it by heart. And support these people. How much do you think you need
You might be good at that. A better structure.
per play? Let's say Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
Let's say Evita.
So the hard part about trying to throw out any kind of numbers is that it really depends on which company owns the licensing for
Yeah.
each show, but it also depends on how many times we want to do it, how many tickets we want to say are available, and so it is kind of a sliding scale depending on the different things that we have. But some companies are a little bit more expensive than others for a musical, whereas a play is going to be not significantly less, but maybe a 3-digit number instead of a 4-digit number. But
And you can't count on the house tickets, I mean, because you have to rent the opera house too. I mean, I know these things, and budget is an extremely important part of a theater group.
Yeah.
We do have, part of our company, the thing that we'll be starting, we'll have kind of a membership program, so which you can become a member, which will be like a yearly thing. So we'll do it for both, just our individual membership and then our corporate membership. So individual membership is just for anybody that wants to support your local theater community.
And then you'll put their name on the program.
So we'll have like 3 tiers. So like tier 1 for individual membership is $25 yearly, either USD or Canadian. And you get like 1 free ticket to a show a year, and you get to vote, because we're gonna have, we have I think like 8 board members right now.
Yes.
They serve 2-year terms, and you get to vote for them if you're a member. You get to decide if they get to be reelected, or if someone else is wanting to come and join the board and you want to vote them on.
What are some of the criteria for being a board member?
Do you want to be a board
No.
member?
an active love of theater and wanting to see this company do well.
Yeah, I do want to see you do well. No, thank you for asking, but I'm a terrible board member. This hasn't been proven.
Well, that's the object, was that we wanted to be accountable to the audience and to the members, and that so that the members have a voice in how the company is run, and in the sense that they can elect the stewards.
That's wonderful. It's such a democracy. These are things I've
We're
never.
trying to be very democratic.
Yes.
And 8 board members. That's very deep.
We're looking for more Canadians. Yeah,
Really?
to join. It's very American heavy.
On voudrait des Canadiens. You don't have to play the hockey. Just come down. Play the theater. The same thing.
But we have we'll have we have 3 tiers for individuals. And
Yeah.
so each tier you get a little bit more money, but you get more perks. So like tier 2, you get like some merch items, more free tickets.
Marvelous.
I think by the 3rd tier that's when your name gets on the program. And then we have the same thing for our corporate sponsors. Corporate sponsorship is a little bit different.
Yes, that would be.
Their membership is much more expensive, but they'll also get more advertisement and reserve seats.
Also, there are so many companies around here. Banks are wonderful for this. Hospitals are usually wonderful
Yeah.
for this. And have you approached anyone yet? Are we allowed to talk about that?
We're still pretty new into the process. We just got officially incorporated last month,
Yep.
seeing as it's March now.
That was a lot of paperwork for you.
It was a lot of paperwork that needed to get put in, and luckily, with having 8 board members, we were able to kind of divvy up the tasks nicely. And we are still in the planning phase for a lot of what we're going to do outreach-wise, but getting all of those things taken care of and T's crossed and I's dotted to make sure that we had done all of the things that we needed to do the right way, so that we can make a really good foundation for this company to succeed.
Well, it will succeed.
And we're excited because we're not just going to be doing theater. We're also hoping to offer workshops on both sides of the border, like how to audition or do improv workshops, hold improv nights, and just do a lot of community-based arts.
Will you be able to
Theater
keep
realm.
your day job with all of this?
Yeah, we have 8 board members right now. We're gonna divvy it up. Yeah.
Yeah, and most of them are young.
Really?
Yeah, so lots of energy.
That would be good. Well, stop it. I mean, I might be ancient, but I have a little... Okay, I don't have any energy. But I think getting young people like yourselves is fantastic. And you're all young. And I think it's fantastic because when I was young, I did have a theater school. And I just brought actresses in to stay at my house from a college that they had just graduated in drama. And I didn't have to do anything because they did the teaching and they did the acting. And occasionally, and I was always in the audience in my backyard. Deck over the septic tank, great stage. They did Chekhov, they did Androcles and the Lion, they did the children, the students had 6-week runs of courses. And that was the way we could do it because none of us had time to go to the Flynn or the money to do it when we were young. I was 52 miles from the Flynn and no sense of direction and no money. But 2 children and a great community. And we started with nothing and we just did the best we could, and the actresses got paid nothing over the summer, but they just graduated, so this is good on their, what do they call those things, resumes. It was really good on their resumes, and a whole community benefited. And every child who went through that school, and once again, all I did was put the roof over their heads, every child that went through that school did well in school. They lost inhibition, they developed a vocabulary, they did stage combat, puppeteering, reading out loud, oral reading and presentation, and everything an actor should do, plus costumes and set making. And they were 9 to 13? And I just watched, it was 2 6-week courses over, so 12 weeks. I just watched all of those young ones, and then I didn't lose touch with those young ones because they were my children's friends and they went to the same schools and everything. And so whatever you're doing, when you're doing that, you're doing incredible service to the youth of this area. So I just can't wait for that.
Well, and that's definitely one of the things that, excuse me, we don't do a lot of stuff for kids theater in this particular area. Obviously, there are other companies who do, but in the Newport, Derby area, that's how you build a theater company, is by offering that to people. I was very fortunate before the job that I have now to work at the middle school and be able to do several shows with one of our other board members, Mike Callanan, and Mike Callanan, who is an English teacher at the middle school right now, and it's been such a rewarding experience to be able to go to the high school shows now and be able to see some of these young people up on stage just succeeding and really thriving in something that they didn't even know they enjoyed 4 years before.
And confidence building.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
And those kids come back and say, I want to be an ensemble in this show. I want to be, and it creates the foundation for that company to become a more robust group of people.
Well, I hope I live to be 100 so I can see all of this really come to fruition with a whole generation of children. Because you're going to be fabulous. And when it comes to that, will there be scholarships for the children? Because, we're living in a very strange area when it comes to finances. And when my children were young, we had very little.
We won't cost them even to be a part of our theater company. So that's an important thing to say. If you'd like to be a member, you can. It's not required in order to come to the show or to even participate in the shows.
No, I mean in the schools, when you educate the children, when you have these
we have workshops and stuff. I think some of them we were planning on just having free, just for the community. And of course, if a family is struggling, we wouldn't charge them if we get to the point of making them something that you have.
Okay, well, scholarships might be offered. That's another thing you can do, folks. And that's what I intend to do. I can't do much, but I will offer scholarships to this theater group so that when they teach children, they can benefit the way my children did when people were sponsoring my children.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So we call it Playing It Forward, and count me in.
That's
Because I
awesome.
think what you're doing is not only kind, but genius. and maybe they'll learn how to be playwrights too. Ross, I mean, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get your playwright start? And what gave you your inspiration?
I started. I've been writing a long time. Different things, usually humor, and I really had discovered I had an affinity for dialogue, and I used to do little radio pieces for CBC Radio.
Oh!
Like 3.5 minute pieces in CBC Quebec City, and some of those would end up being little scripts with a little audio editing and so on. And they were a lot of fun. So that's where I kind of got into my writing little tiny skits. And then I decided to expand it. And I also wanted to write stories, a play that would reflect the community. So I ended up writing 2 plays, one about the Haskell and the Beatles, how they almost came here.
And the Memphrey.
The other one about Memphrey. So
Both very good, by the way.
And I really like the idea of writing for presenting the community to themselves. But this play, the one we're doing in the fall, is a little different. It's just a straight up
2 texts.
Straight up 4.
Be a
4
fantastic
actors.
set to make. Better
Easiest set.
Plant the trees now.
So that's one of the. I mean, we're talking about expenses of theater. So not all theater has to be huge and spectacular. It can be a simple set and
The
a
first.
couple of tables on a stage.
That's right.
chairs.
The first play that was ever brought to my school in Montreal was called Waiting for Godot.
For sure.
And what was it? It was a garbage can and a stump or something like that.
Yeah, a tree.
Yeah, a whole tree. And I was fascinated. And I loved it. And the first play I ever went to, I was in maybe 3rd grade. My kindergarten teacher played the maid in this play called Exit the Body. And it was on the Royal George Gymnasium stage. And I went to Royal George, as did my father and aunt. We're all Edwardian and we all have no taste in clothing. But we wear sensible shoes. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm seeing my my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Dumas, up there playing a little funny maid. And it was pure comedy. And knowing somebody on that stage, my kindergarten teacher who was making me crack up, I was hooked. And then Waiting for Godot came in my 7th grade or something like that, and that was very serious and very thoughtful. And ever since then, the seed was planted, and I just can't get enough of this. So I'm thrilled we're getting another company in town.
We probably all have early first theater memories. I think
Yeah, let's hear those.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be giving first theater mememories to so many.
Yeah.
Do you have a first theater memory?
Oh yes, I was in a play called Dig It. With Megan actually, in 4th grade, and I dressed up as a mummy, and ever since then I just loved theater. The creation of it is so fun.
Mummy like mummy Egyptian mummy?
Yeah, Yep.
Really?
With, like toilet paper. It was very cute.
You have that flushed expression.
Yeah.
Well, that's so cute. And what were you?
I was so I was in 6th grade, and I was one of the explorers. It was 2 explorers who found a mummy in the tomb, and the mummy brought them through an educational journey of history. It was quite the quite the show.
Now I understand. Dig it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it was anthropological.
It was a show. It was a show.
Archaeological, pardon me.
There we go. Yep.
The A's. That's all right. Speaking of A's, did AAA call you back about your car stuff?
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to
We've got
hear.
a car in the ditch here.
Very much so in the ditch.
And by the time you see this show, which will be mid-March,
Hopefully it won't be in the ditch.
if you pass Bluff Road and you see a car in the ditch, it's still there.
It's still there.
What kind of car is it?
I'm not going to tell you that. I like my privacy, but
Yeah, you're an actress, you like your privacy. I get it. No autographs.
exactly.
Your first theater.
I was 10 years old, and I did a high school musical with Vermont Family Theater, and I played Sharpay. And it was my
Sharpay a dog?
no, she's like the villain of the show, and she's like all sparkly and like girly, and she like screams a lot, and it was so much fun. And I remember it was my first time as a homeschooler, like being sent to camp, being away from my mom. And I was very, very nervous. I think I was like shaking after the audition. But I was a very, very shy kid. And then after that show, I became like the most obnoxious person on planet Earth. Like I was not scared anymore. I was like, hello, everybody.
That's not obnoxious.
Yeah.
Some people would call that extroversion and charm.
I've been told that as well, but no, but it's still to this day one of my favorite roles.
Really?
Yeah, it was so much fun. I got to wear a sparkly skirt and like scream at people. It was a blast.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad for you. And as you can see, my first experience was in the audience, and my second experience was in the audience, which is where you'll find me at your theater. But I really love that part too. You know, I've been on stage a lot, and I can't learn lines but I always gave great cast parties, so they'd let me. My children were in all these plays at the Edithsburg Opera House, and like all their friends. So they put the adults, because we had to drive them there anyway, and we'd have to either hang around watching our children perform, or they put us in the chorus. And then, this is terrible, but I'll admit it, everybody in Edithsburg knows about it. Can't believe how bad I am, but I was Chelsea in On Golden Pond. And we built our own sets and everything, but we didn't have the fireplace, the hearth built during dress rehearsal. And it came to the time when I would sit in front of the hearth, and it was made out of styrofoam, but it was painted in such a way that it looked real. So I forgot to be talking. And I hear the leading lady say, "I think what Chelsea's thinking is that's the way we do things on Golden Pond." That's exactly what I was thinking. Just sit there.
Improv, though.
Just sit there. She did the improv. I just acknowledged her brilliance. But I gave great cast parties, and my kids were good. But
Well, that's a good segue about supporting your fellow actors, and that's what you have to be. You have to make sure you're there to catch someone if they're about to fall on stage, and if they blank, you have to jump in. And so that's kind of the spirit of what we want to do. Is we want to be a very supportive and collaborative group. So
I don't sense a lot of ego among you.
Well,
Not unhealthy ego. There's a healthy ego, and there's an unhealthy ego. I've known you for 3 years. I've just met you tonight. I met you last fall. And I'm behind you guys when I'm in choir, as you know, for my lip syncing capabilities. And I watch you interact. And there's a lot of giggling. There's a lot of laughter out loud when we're loud. But the fact is, there's no ego. And there's Kelly too. Kelly's not here, but I love her to pieces. She's so talented.
She's a gem.
Yeah, and she's not here because the airlines messed her up, and not that I'd be able to relate to that. 16 years as a flight attendant. Oh, yes, I'll mess up your day. That's my job. But Kelly Newton, if you have ever seen Kelly on stage or just bumped into her sweet self, you won't forget it. Great lady.
She's the best among us.
Really?
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Well, she sure is smart. And she was a Peace Corps person.
Yep.
And you don't see a Peace Corps person getting all egocentric on you. So I sit behind you and I watch you and I admire you and I like your kindness to one another. And that will trickle down to the people in the audience, and you'll be able to have such a blast with each other on stage because you're friends.
Well, and it's a huge part of our idea of founding was creating a place where people felt like, you know, they wanted to be there and they wanted to make theater and just have a good time and not worry about anything else that happens outside the door.
Yeah.
Have this place where people are safe to just be who they are and whoever they can pretend to be while they're on stage.
Yeah, I get that. Boy, there's such a difference. Have you ever been in a play where the ego just took over? I have, and it was horrible. You know,
It's hard to escape, I think, in the theater community, like experiences like that, and we're gonna try our best to avoid that within our company.
I want to know if you experienced it, because if you've experienced it, you never want to pass it along.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful thing.
I mean, theater it's work, and it can be difficult, and you have people who have to. You're facing challenges when you're trying to put on a show, and some of them are, well, they're challenges. They're challenging. So you just have to manage a way to work that's respectful and again collaborative.
Yeah, and what do you do if somebody does a great audition and then when they get on stage they don't have the energy to learn their lines? I mean, it's not that I didn't learn them, I just didn't remember them. So that's something to think about. How would you elevate someone from that particular low if they aren't motivated off stage?
That's a good
That's a
question.
good question. I think it comes back to what Ross said before, where we want it to be a supportive community, where instead of, you know, like as it's more teacher language, but like that calling in culture versus calling out of like, hey, like what's going on? Are you struggling with this? So part of my job as steward of culture is like I'm meant to help foster a positive culture. If things are going wrong, I'd be like the person you'd go to be like, hey, I'm really struggling with this person or this person. And then my job would be to help us, you know, positively and restoratively figure it out. So I think it comes down to that, like, just we're going to be fostering a culture where the norm is calling in and supporting versus, you know, calling out and making people feel like they're on their own in that. You know, a lot of people are really excellent actors, and struggling to memorize lines is always going to be a lifelong struggle. We don't want that to shy somebody away from being part of the company. Like, we'll be there to support you. It's like that thing where you have cast members that can help improv, and you have people that can, you know, kind of.
They're fast on their feet.
Yeah.
That's so nice,
And
eh?
everybody forgets lines on stage. That's like just part of it. And
It's part of the fun.
Can you remember some of the fun times you've forgotten lines? I've told you my story
It's not
now.
fun at the time. It's terrible at the time.
Oh, let's hear about it.
But you laugh. Oh, you jump pages, and then you go, oh, this is gonna be a short act. And you just,
Have you done that too, Zoe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You were the French maid in the last play I saw you.
Yes,
That was so
yeah.
cute.
Mhm.
This innocent woman was a little French maid. A little tart. But so cute on stage. I couldn't believe that's real acting though.
Thank you.
For this little prim and proper young lady. How about you?
The tow truck is here. Can
Oh.
I possibly
Bring him
pop out
in.
to give? No. Can I go give them the key?
You may give them the key.
I need to run.
I'm out of breath for you.
Sometimes in theater you have to be quick on your feet though, and you have to be ready to make, you know, quick changes like that and be ready to adjust. And speaking of the missing lines, or I had a castmate in Oliver when we did it with Vermont Family Theater who made his own interpretations of some of the lines. And so it was less about missing your place and more about, is that line? Do I respond? Yes, I respond this way to you now. I don't know what you just said, but I'm on book. So because for people who have to memorize things, if you're kind of given your own interpretation, sometimes it can.
Well, that's when you need a good director. Have you ever directed, any of you?
I directed Into the Woods for Borderline
It was
players.
so wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, we had two amazing cast members sitting right next to me. Yes. Nope, that was an amazing experience. I had just come off of doing 3 different junior productions for the middle school, and I had reached out with a proposal, and we ended up doing Into the Woods, and it was a really incredible process of being able to work with adults, and
It was a fun show.
It was a very professional show.
Did you like the cow?
I liked it with the cows.
I made that.
Did you? I love it so much.
He's in my house right now above a butcher block that we have. That I made him with
See, cows are my life.
she sent me a video and said, "Can I do this?" And I said, "If you can do this, go."
I had never done anything. I've never done
it was
anything like that.
so good.
And I had 2 friends help me, and I was like, guys, I have to make a cow. Will you help me with this?
If you could make a cow for me, I would like that.
Sure.
Because I would like a real cow. I used to farm. I used to be a herdsman.
A new side job for you.
Yeah, I do. Well, now I'm like, if we ever any shows with more puppets, I'll do it. It was a lot of fun, but we just looked. We copied it off of the Broadway one, and we just looked at the picture, and we were like, I guess this works, and we just.
Oh wow! You did a great job.
Every time someone says Into the Woods, I'm like, what about the cow? Did you like the cow?
Yeah.
Yes, please send Kelby a picture of the cow.
I'll send pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Or a little movie of the cow.
Yeah.
Kelby,
Oh, we've got
video coming.
We've got
We
videos.
got
Yep,
videos of the cow,
absolutely.
for sure.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
This looks so good, so good, so good. And how about anybody else want to add to that?
I think on that show there was also a giant.
Hands.
Was
that you?
Awesome.
That was a mechanical thing, wasn't it?
And I think it broke on the very
The
last
very
performance.
last one.
It did.
Well, it had broken prior, but it broke
Right.
on stage too.
Yeah.
Which was a little extra moment for the,
Yeah.
the giant's finger to fall
Or
off as she
somebody
died.
improved it. The actor who played Jack improved it and just didn't he pick it up?
Yeah.
He picked it up, which just was like another way, just like you play with the stage. Yeah, he picked up which was very funny to add that in,
Well, yeah. Oh, who played the part that picked it up? I don't remember.
His name is Neo.
Yeah.
Of course. What a wonderful actor.
Oh, so good.
You just know the names.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just love it around here. How about you? Any horror stories that you can tell us? Because I think they're fun. It makes me feel so much normal, so normal compared to.
I think. In Let's Murder Marcia, I think there was a drawer that had to open. Someone take something out, and the drawer just wouldn't open. So the actor just kind of said, "I think it's in there."
I saw 39 Steps, and it was incredibly complicated.
NEK-'s 39
Yeah.
Steps, way back when? Yep.
I don't know how anybody could do that so quickly. I had to hold my breath to see all the coordination. So, have all of you been directors, or just you?
I know that we have people who are interested in directing more, and
I directed it.
Ross has
Yeah,
directed
I directed
shows.
my shows.
Of course you did.
Yeah. And I'm directing a high school play this year, which is the first time working with kids. So wow,
Love that.
it's something else.
It's a lot of fun. Hey, high school is different than middle school, though.
Oh man. Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
No, they don't.
But they'll tell you they do.
Yes.
But they're very open to learning. None of these kids.
Are you
that I'm
doing it
working
at Stansted College?
with- Yeah, they don't know. Most of them have never been on stage before.
And they're all so
But they
linear.
love getting that feedback and having that sense of you're doing great. And they just love it. They light up.
It's like, oh, but I did not use my calculator. Because they're also mathematicians. I was on the bike path when Stansted College bike path had their bicycle day, and I was blown away. So many children on bikes, and I thought, oh, I'd pay tuition to do a bike ride for sure. But they ran me off the road twice because they were on a mission. It was not. And I said to one of the teachers, I said, "This is so weird." I said, "I've been run off the road twice, run off the bike path twice by these kids because they're talking and having a great time, but when they come around the corner, they're 4 abreast." And so I had no choice but to head into the woods. But they were all very sorry. Oh, sorry. And she said, well, we're going to make them do lines about that when we get back to school. What, lines? You don't do that, do you? We had it at my school, and I thought it went out with,
I don't think anyone got punished for that.
I hope to God not. Do lines, oh my God. We used to have to do it at my school. It's like, I had writer's cramp. It's like, Lord, make my hand like the other hand. Thank you, Lord. It's like, we all had to do them, and they're so counterproductive. I will not leave the decimal point off of this particular thing for so long. So I'm so glad I've got you here to ask you if you do that.
It's not like that. exactly, but yeah.
Oh, lines of Coke?
No, it's no. No. No, they have a reflection they have to write out. So there's questions and they have to answer and reflect on what they've done.
Will not run old ladies off the bike
Exactly.
path.
What would I do better next time? That kind of thing.
I would say sorry a little louder as I passed. They were so cute though. But I was impressed because they were all ages and they were all in shape. And it's as an actor, you know, it helps if you're in shape. What kind of, I guess it will be very difficult for you to get actors to get themselves in shape for a role.
I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, we're community.
Drama give you 20.
Yeah.
We're community theater. We're not expecting people to. We want them to come as they are. You know.
Yeah, I'm not talking
Yeah.
physical look. I'm talking about, my God, it's very demanding.
Yeah.
Some shows can be for sure.
Yeah. People they rally though.
They do, oh, get the AED out there. It's clear. Get up and do that.
And a choreographer or a director also takes into account different people's ability levels. And so if, say, you're doing a big dance show and you have somebody who says, I've never danced before in my life, they might be on the side doing their jazz hands and adding to the scene while other people are in the center doing extra choreography because we want to play to people's strengths. And
See,
so
I did not know this.
yeah, so it's more about paying attention to the people that you have and trying to use them to the best of their abilities to also not only make the show look better, but help them to feel confident in what they're doing.
That is a genius thing, and I'll tell you why. If you hadn't told me that, I don't know about anybody else who's watching, but I would not attempt to even audition for a show that looked like I'd have to boogie.
Yeah. So no, if you are watching right now, we would ask you if you would feel comfortable to do some of those things. And if it just felt out of your capacity, we would find another way to feature you in some way, shape, or form in that number.
And if you've never acted before, just come. We want you.
It's a good way to challenge yourself. Like I had never been in a musical before, and then I got cast in Guys and Dolls, and I can sing, but I learned that I can't dance. But it was like, okay, I could sing, I can move around, so I really had to apply myself. So it was a challenge to try this new thing and push yourself. So you have an opportunity to push yourself to do something different.
And did you have a nice director who...
That was Phil Gosselin directed that.
And he was kind to you?
He was the best.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't know if you know this, but I think all of us deep down would like to be on stage. And a lot of us hold back because we don't know we're going to be meeting people like this. I auditioned at the Flynn once. It was very embarrassing. It was very. I just did Fruma Sarah and Fiddler on the Roof at another play. It was another dead women. I play dead women. It's easier for me to learn the lines when I'm dead. But I auditioned for a dead woman in Fruma Sarah. It's my favorite part ever. And they took us backstage and they thought that they'd teach us how to dance. And they gave us like 13 minutes to learn a routine. And I mean, I can't even do the twist in 13 minutes. Don't ask me to do. So I got out on stage and they just were very, very cold. And, we all went there. The whole cast of Fiddler went together to see if we could get on the Flynn too, because we were all friends. It's so different to go to the Flynn and then to be in a community theater where they say, play dead, Heather. And you're okay at that. But that was a very daunting and embarrassing, and I don't get embarrassed very easily, but I was diminished to the point of zero when I went out on stage. Like, I saw their faces before I moved. And I never want you to think of them like that, because already at my little kitchen table you can tell that you'll be comfortable with them.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I've always felt like auditions are the worst part of the acting experience. They're so vulnerable. You're like in this room, like, please give me this role, Like to me, that's way more scary than being on stage and performing. Like the audition's the worst part.
But you said you were going to teach people how to audition.
We're hoping to do workshops, for all ages of like norms and etiquette, and just we really want to make it as accessible as possible to the community.
Etiquette. You mentioned etiquette.
Yeah,
There's an etiquette.
there can be.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And what would be polite at an audition?
Come prepared.
Come prepared.
Have a little bit of an idea of what it is, the show or the part that you're auditioning for.
Dress for the role that you want. Dress in character. You know, come ready to play. Stuff like that. I think when you, like you said, when you've never been to an audition, it can be really daunting to know what to expect. Or if you've only ever worked with like a much smaller company, and then you go to one that maybe in your mind seems a bit bigger, that might seem different. And so we really just want to like get out there and get people to come and get them to feel comfortable and make it a less scary experience, when auditioning is always going to be a little scary.
There's always the risk of rejection. Not
Yeah.
everyone's going to get a part.
Everyone's gonna part.
Yeah.
And-
Well, you go prepared for that, but you don't go prepared for callous treatment.
Well, and I would say that that's definitely something I can't imagine any of us or the 4 people who
Oh, no.
aren't being represented. But, there's especially for a big company, when you do see lots and lots and lots of people come through, you can become a little bit detached, which is why it's really nice for a small community like us to be able to say, we recognize that you're putting yourself forth to be judged. We have all been in that position, and we want you to know that you're safe to make mistakes here, because that's how good acting happens, is by trying different things.
That's wonderful. And I love the idea that you're going to have an improv group too, because that's a lot of fun to watch.
I mean, I don't know if we'll have a group. I think we're just hoping to do like activities, like have an improv workshop or hold like improv nights, or just, things that are community based. People can come and join in on games. And
I'd love that.
You know.
I don't go out. I don't go out. I'm a very lazy woman, but I would love that.
yeah,
Throw some trivia nights in, maybe some karaoke every
Yeah.
once in a while. Get more people out and about. There's so little to do around here.
Yeah. So we talked about the Haskell. And you're talking about any other venues for these evenings? Have you talked to anyone?
for like where to do like these kind of nights. Well, there's always we've considered the tasting center. We've considered. I mean, there's a lot of community venues. I know it's kind of far, but we've thought about doing shows at like the Highland Center, or just just trying to get the areas and both sides of the border. We're not as familiar.
And if the
Just
weather is
stands-
guaranteed, backyards are fun.
Yeah.
We definitely talked about outdoor stuff
Yep.
as well, especially during the summer when we have the opportunity.
Yeah.
What is that place in Stanshead called? Rock Island?
Rock Island.
Rock Island, there's the Stone Circle, there's a nice outside
Yeah.
place.
Have to talk to Kim.
They've done Shakespeare in the park in
Of
that
course.
place, because they've got these big granite slabs.
I love it
You
there.
could do Macbeth there, or you could do anything.
Do anything at all. Yeah, Little Stonehenge, I love it there. Kim did Tipsy Talk, and she was the one who designed it and got Gabrielle Safdie to fund it and everything like that. And I didn't realize they had to dig down 10 feet for every 20 feet up. They had to dig down 10 feet and plant these rocks.
Yeah, you don't want them tipping over.
Stability.
No, and so I feel a whole lot safer there now. But my God, the work that went into that place, that would be a super theater. See, yeah, I have theater in my backyard, as you know, deck over my septic tank, and it's called Rain Check Theater. And, rain check, and you plan it, you hope, and then you move it ahead, you move it to tomorrow, you move it till the next day. And you have to be flexible with that, but that's a great opportunity around here. And we had a drought last summer, so you could have done it any day you wanted.
Yeah.
Watch it be a deluge now. What else can you add other than the fact that this is going to be a terrific addition to the Northeast Kingdom and the Eastern Townships?
Well, we want everyone to be involved. If you want to direct, if you want to do behind the scenes, tech, if you want to join the board. We're really looking, everyone's welcome. We're going to have a launch party at the Haskell.
Wonderful.
Opera House. Yep.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so our plan is to kind of have a murder mystery where, people can come and interact with the actors and try to solve the mystery.
Oh,
And then you have a chance to kind of have a Q&A with the board. This is probably the first time you guys heard about this. This was our plan.
surprise.
Talk to them and get involved. Like sign up for our email list, become a member if you want, get involved in some other way, whether it's volunteer, anything like that.
Yes.
Yep, we have a website that we're going to publish.
Kelby, the website will be here.
memphremagog.org. And there you'll be able to see like our season, our shows, any new information that we'll have that will be launching soon as well.
Well, I'm very proud of all of you. It's so nice just to know that this is happening. You'll all do a great job. And I cannot wait. I will be in the audience.
I'll see you there. Well,
Great.
maybe we can get you backstage or something.
If we ever do
Artist.
Fiddler on the Roof,
Yeah.
we know who
We
to
know.
call.
Oh,
Yes, you can call me. I'll play the dead woman on any stage. Once I had to play a fainting woman, and as I fainted on the leading man, I cut my cheek open on his fly.
Oh, dear.
And so he panicked and he went out of character and he said, Heather's bleeding! And my fly burn. That was, I have not been the best, and I will never get an Academy Award for anything but comic relief maybe. Because what the heck, it's just great to have you talented people here. You're amazing. And think the world of all of you.
Thank you.
So thanks for watching Life is Good. And see you next week. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Because we're really gonna rock tonight.